Katya and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the steps that you need to follow when you are getting ready to buy a home. So let's get started. So one of the first steps that I would love for you folks to follow is making sure that you are aware of the situation with your credit history and your credit scores. You can go to annualcreditreport.com and pull all three scores at the same time. That is absolutely free and that would not leave any marks on your credit history. Once you have that information, you are aware of your credit score and you are able to see if you need some improvement done to it. For example, if your credit score is very low, you can go to your loan officer and ask if they can suggest anything that can improve your credit score in the long run. Or you can go to credit repair companies and get them to help you to make sure that once you're ready to buy your home, you are getting the best option that is available for you on the market. Now, let me give you a little bit more detail. If your credit score is 620 and up, you are well set because you can already qualify for a conventional loan. Conventional loan only requires 3% down payment. And what is the best part about conventional loan? That your mortgage insurance that will be in place if you put less than 20% down will be cancelable when you reach 20% of equity in your home. If you would not request the cancellation yourself when your equity reaches 20%, the bank will cancel it automatically when the equity balance reaches 22%. Now, if your credit score is lower than 620, you will be able to qualify for FHA loan. As I mentioned in my previous video, as long as your credit score is 500 to 580, we're still able to pre-approve you for an FHA loan. However, you will have to have at least 10% down payment. Now, if your credit score is from 580 to 620, we are still able to pre-approve you for FHA loan. It would only require 3.5% down. As I mentioned in my previous videos, all of the funds needed for closing costs and down payment can be gifted to you. So that's kind of a cool thing. But make sure to check this important step. So if your credit score is low, you are able to improve it by the time you are ready to buy your home. You are able to get some help, you are able to get some work done. So that when you're ready to buy your home, you will be presented with the best option that is available for you on the market. So the second step that I would suggest for you folks to follow is making sure that you are getting pre-approved first. Why is that important? Well, first of all, with today's market, a lot of real estate agents would not take you to showing homes unless you have a pre-approval letter from your lender. Now, with that being said, this is the information that you would need to provide your lender with. If you are a W-2 employee, you would need at least 2 years of tax returns, 2 months of bank statements, 2 most recent pay stubs, your ID, and 2 years of your W-2s. Now, if you are self-employed, your lender will generally ask you if you are in business for more than 5 years in the same field, because in that case, you are able to get pre-approved with only 1 year of tax returns. With 2 months of your bank statements, your ID, if you're getting a pay stub, your lender would love to have that as well. Now, there is few more things to it. If you are a U.S. citizen, all you have to have is your ID. If you are a U.S. resident, you will have to bring your green card back and front. And if you are not U.S. resident, ask your lender for details and they will be more than happy to provide you with the information that they would need from you in order for them to qualify you for the loan in the U.S. Now, let's say that you received this pre-approval letter, you provided your lender with your information, and when you go shopping, when you go house shopping with your realtor, all your realtor has to do is give the loan officer your sales contract while it's negotiated, and your loan officer is ready to submit it to the bank immediately. Why is that important, especially today? Because a lot of sales are going as cash sales. If you are looking to get a home with a loan, with a mortgage, it's important that your lender has all of the information that is needed for it, because that way that information can go and get submitted to the bank immediately, and you would not lose any time, and you would not lose the home that you liked over the timing issue, over the documentation that was not provided on time. So that's why it's really important, and that's why this step is one of the most important steps. Now let's talk about third step, and why third step is very important as well. Well, third step is making sure that you are aware of all mortgage options that are available for you on the market. Why is that important? Well, let me give you a little scenario. You just graduated from college, you got your first job and a small income, and you are planning to buy something small that potentially in 3-4 years you will be able to rent out and get yourself something bigger. Well, you would not be able to rent this property out if you have an FHA mortgage on it, because FHA mortgage is for home occupants only. Just a little remark there, an FHA loan is made for owner occupants only. So you will have to live and treat this residence as your primary residence only. This is the way the program is designed. So you would not be able to rent that property out. You will have to either refinance it or sell it. And both of that involves additional costs to it. So make sure that you let your lender know of your plans, so that way you can plan accordingly, and he or she can guide you within that plan. Now, another scenario, for example, you are self-employed or you're on commission, and majority of your income, you're a realtor, you're writing it off on your tax returns because you are driving a lot, you are using a lot of materials to help out your clients for promotions and stuff like that. You're not showing a lot of your income on your tax returns. Well, your lender will be able to provide you with so-called bank statement loans. Why is that a good option for someone like that? Well, because what they are doing, they are taking 12 to 24 months of your bank statements, and based on your cash flows, we are able to pre-approve you. The banks are able to pre-approve you for X amount of money based on your cash inflow. That is a great option as well. So that's why it's important to ask your lenders of all of the options available for you. Now, there's a different scenario as well. For example, you just prepping to buy something, and your credit score is on the higher end. Let's say it's 625, a middle score, right? But you do not have enough funds for closing costs and down payment. So you can use a gift funds, which FHA allows you up to 100% of your gift fund of the closing costs and down payment to be gifted to you by someone who is related to you. Well, that is a great option to consider. That is a great option that can get you in your home within the next few months. And that's why it's important to ask your lender of all of the options that are available for you, and make sure that your lender is aware of your situation. So that way, both of you and the lender can work and get yourself in the home that you desire within the next month or few months. Step number 4, and why it's important. Well, step number 4 is making sure that you have enough funds for your closing costs and for your down payment and reserves. Why that important? Because once you talk to your lender will be able to roughly let you know how much funds you need for your closing costs, for your down payment, and for reserves if you would need any. Well, let's start with reserves. What reserves are is we call it with abbreviation PITI. PITI stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, which stands for your mortgage payment. Sometimes lenders would request anywhere from 1 to 3 months of reserves being seasoned on your account. Seasoning means being on the account for at least 2 months. Now, the second thing is closing costs, and the third thing is down payment. Your lender is able to let you know how much funds roughly you would need for your closing costs and for your down payment. So that way you can get an extra job, you can start putting some money aside, you can pull some money from your 401k, you can get some gift funds, so that way you would know that you have X amount of money ready and set for your down payment, your closing costs, and your reserves when you're ready to buy the home, when you're ready to buy your property. Otherwise, when you get to the moment of getting ready to submit the offer on a home, and let's say you do not have earnest money, you do not have a closing costs ready, well, that might delay your process, and that might cost you losing the home that you found, losing the home that you like. So that's why this step is very important. That's why we suggest following this step and making sure that everything is set on that side. Let's talk about step number 5 and why is it important as well. Well, step number 5 is making sure that you are working with a experienced and knowledgeable and local, which is the most important part, real estate expert. Well, why is that important? As long as the person is local, they will be able to let you folks know about all of the specifics of the neighborhoods in the area, all of the school histories, all of everything that is going on in the area in general, because they are working this area and they are able to suggest the best option for you. Now, let me give you a small scenario. For example, you are moving from Savannah to Atlanta, and you are having a friend in Savannah who is a realtor, who has been in business for 10-15 years, and I'm sure she or he will be more than happy to suggest you and to help you out to the best of their knowledge and to the best of their ability. But they are not familiar with the market in Atlanta area because they specialize in the market in Savannah area. So that's why it's important to get someone who specializes in the area and who does know all of the specifics, all of the in and outs, all of the news of the area, and they are able to suggest something for you. So if you have kids, they are able to suggest a great school. They are able to suggest which neighborhood to pick to make sure that you are getting to work faster, to make sure that you are in the area that you want to be, because they know this area. So that's why it's important. Step number 6, and it's homework. Why homework is important? Well, homework is important because when you start looking for your dream home with the realtor, you still need to do your homework yourself and research the area yourself as well, in addition to the information that your realtor provides you with. Go and walk around the streets in the neighborhoods that you are planning on buying. Stay in Airbnb. Ask your neighbors. Ask for suggestions. Possibly look into the stuff yourself. Look at the schools. Look at the crime rate. Look at the renter rate. Why is the renter rate important, for example? Because the more people rent out, the less they care about the property. Unfortunately, as much as bad it sounds, it is the truth. So make sure that you look at the occupancy rates if you're looking for a condo. Make sure that you look for a vacancy rates if you're looking for a condo, for a renter rates if you're looking for a condo. Look at the neighborhood itself, at the crime rate if you're looking for a home. Look at the crime rate, doesn't matter which kind of home you're looking for. So that's why it's important to know and do your homework yourself, in addition to the information that your realtor provides you with, because there are some details that new details that either you might find out or your realtor might provide you with. So to sum up, these are the very important steps that I would love for you folks to follow when you are getting ready to buy your home, because that way you are set and you are prepped and you know all of the information needed. Make sure if you have any questions, make sure to ask your real estate professional, your loan officer, of all of those questions so you are aware. Because thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. Please click thumbs up so that way I know this information was useful for you and you found it helpful for your future home buying process, for your future loan approval process. If you have any questions, once again, please feel free to comment those below and I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Also, please subscribe to the channel so next time my videos come up, you will be notified. Thanks again for your time, and you guys have a great day.